Anyways, how was your week, good old buddy, old pal?
Busy.
Busy bee.
Busy, yeah. There's a lot going on, a lot of moving things that our family is dealing with, and then I had a stressful time yesterday with my cousins, which was really stressful because I showed up at my cousin Eric's house because we were building him a bed, right? But we got there a little late. And I was supposed to come back to the house later on in the day because there was a fight that we were going to watch that was supposed to be at 8. And I thought we had all the time, so I was like, it's alright, we'll build the bed and I'll go back to the house. I'll make the food that I'm going to make, and then I'll head back. It'll be easy, right? But then my cousins were like, no, it's at 7 now. Like, the fight's at 7. I'm like, I'm still chilling. Like, by the time I get through traffic and I come back, like, I'll be barely scrapping by. Like, I'll be fine. And so I just made, like, the sauce part of what I was going to make. And then I just left. I got to the house, like, at 6:58 sharp, basically. Yeah. Cutting it by 2 minutes, but then they told me, oh, fight's at 8. Then it's at 9. Then they pushed it back by 10. Because there was, like, other fights going on. So even if I was late by, like, 7 o'clock... I was fine. And I told them, like, it's going to be good. Don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm going to make it. Trust the process. And so I kept
They
yelling.
had no faith in you.
They had no faith in me. I was like, trust the fucking process. Like, oh my God. I was yelling at them so fucking hard.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
It was so annoying. Like, I was like, just trust me. Trust me. And they wouldn't. It's fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And, like, one of my cousins got more pissed at me. Even though, like, even though he lives, like, 5 minutes from that house that we were going to meet up at, he was more, I guess, inconvenienced somehow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, dude, like, what's your fucking issue here? He's like, I'm not, bro, I'm not. I'm not even tripping. I'm like, dude, you're losing your fucking mind over this shit. But, I mean, it was fine because it was a good fucking night. You know, it was good.
Damn.
Yeah. Our boy won the fight. It was a good time.
Nice. Yeah. One of my favorite patients, she got discharged. And I kind of cried. She's really nice. I miss her. I follow her on Instagram. She follows me on Instagram.
That's nice. And
she lives nearby. She lives in somewhere around here. And then I told her, I was like, if you want to, like, give me your address and I'll, you know, come over with food. Or something. And she's all like, hell yeah. So yeah, she's really cool. Okay. It's because she's young too. She's pretty young. So that's why. That's why she's not like some old lady.
Okay.
But yeah, I missed her, so I was a little bit sad. One of my coworkers, he was supposed to come on the day she was discharged, and he called off. And then they're like, oh, why are you calling off? And he's like, this is gonna sound stupid, but she's leaving, and I don't want to see her.
Did he just have something against it, or?
He was just very emotional. Because she was a really, really good patient. Never complained, never nothing. Super sweet, super kind, super funny, and everything. But yeah, it's bittersweet. I'm glad she's leaving. She doesn't have to stay stuck here. She can do whatever the fuck she wants, you know? But yeah. Then I went on a date with Pookie. That's it. We finally said love yous. We exchanged the L word.
Okay.
Kind of.
Kind of?
What?
You lesbians with them, or?
No, it's because... Okay, look, it's because, like, the way we were texting, I had a feeling he was going to say the L word right. I can feel it in my bones. And then we had the date, and he wasn't saying it, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to say it. Because I have been wanting to say it too, right?
Okay. Alright, so as long as you didn't feel, like, obligated to say it. When it comes out forcefully, it just ruins everything.
No, but I had I was getting pretty excited because I thought he was going to say it. You know what I mean? But the thing is that since he gets so nervous, he doesn't want to rush things. I'm always the one that has to make the first move. Basically, like...
You struggled trying to pick what we were going to eat today. Are you fucking kidding me? I literally had to, like push you into the direction of what we ate today, basically.
I'm sorry. No, fuck. Like, for example, like, I was the one that asked him to be my Valentine, right? And then, I had a feeling he was going to ask me to be his girlfriend, but he hadn't yet. So then I sent him a meme, and I said, when you're ready to ask me to be your girlfriend, I was like, you can send me this meme. And then that same day, he sent me the meme, you know? So I was like, okay, now we're dating. And then, just, like, small stuff like that. Like, every time it's, like, something major like that, I've kind of had to, like, do the first step. Just because he's nervous. He doesn't want to rush things with me, which, I mean, is fine. And I get it. It's very considerate, you know what I mean? So that's why I was just like, okay, cool. Like, I know that he wants to say it, but he doesn't want to. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. I chickened out.
Wow. Okay.
So we both chickened out on saying it and everything. But, anyways, he had fallen asleep. And then I sent him this big old long, cutesy-wootsy text message. And then in the end, I put, like, love you. I didn't put I love you. I just put love you. You know what I mean? And then he woke up and he read it. And then he put I love you too. And I was just like, wait, what? And I was like, this counts? Does it count? But yeah. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cutesy.
I know, right? I met his dogs, and I was ambushed by his dogs. Well, his dog and his sister's dog. Because the husky's not his. But yeah. It's because big dogs scare me. And then he's all like, no, he's like, these dogs? He's like, they're not scary. They're just fucking stupid. And I was just like, oh, okay. But besides that, work has been pretty chill. That coworker that's been an inconvenience to me, he... Oh my god, hold up. Okay,
I thought you were saying like he croaked or something. Like,
no. No, okay. So, it's my first day back, right? It was supposed to be, when was it? Thursday, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. So, Thursday, I had taken a nap. I had taken a nap, and then at 8:30... the scheduler texts me, and she's all like, Denise, I canceled you tonight. And then I woke up, like, 20 minutes later, like, at 8:50, close to 9. And I was like, you canceled me? And I was like, oh, okay. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know? I need money, but if she canceled me, she canceled me. So, plus I didn't really want to work, even though I need money. So, in reality, I kind of didn't really care. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm canceled. That's fine. And then she was all like, wait, no, Jared canceled. And then I was all like, what? And then she's all like, yeah, Jared canceled. Can you come in? I was like, yeah, sure. So I came into work anyways, and guess what? We canceled because there was too many of us, right? Guess how many people showed up at work? 2 people. 2 people. Out of 4.
Oh, fuck.
So I was just like, this is not okay. Figure it out. My coworker, she's right here calling her and calling her and calling her. And she's asleep, but she keeps calling her and calling her and calling her. So, what's it called? One of our coworkers, since he has another job, he came in late. He came in like at 11:40. Which is okay. He's usually late. So we called him and we asked him, like, you're coming in, right? Because there's been times where he'll forget that he's working. And then he just won't come. Which, I mean, still, I feel like they
irresponsible a little bit?
Yeah, irresponsible. Yeah. But anyways, the other one that was supposed to come in, he didn't know he was supposed to come in at all. They didn't tell him. And he's in nursing school right now. So he hadn't slept. He had finally gotten home. He slept for an hour. And then he gets a fucking phone call telling him, hey, you need to come in. You're scheduled. And he's like, I didn't know I was scheduled. They're like, well, you are, so come in.
That's fucked up.
So he only had an hour of sleep, and he came in, and he had an exam that morning. And he still fucking came in. He was so tired. So I felt bad. And then fucking this dude, the one that canceled, just at home, I guess. He's supposed to work tonight. But I saw that there was 5 of us scheduled for tonight. And then they're not going to let that slide because they want to overwork us. Why are they going to pay an extra person? So they're going to cancel somebody. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that volunteered to be canceled. So yeah. That's it. So I might see him tonight. I might not see him tonight. Who knows?
Just fire him.
He got written up. He got yelled at by one of our bosses or whatever, and then my coworker, she was like in the corner trying to be chismosa. But yeah, and then he tried throwing one of our coworkers under the bus. Like, I guess he tried like snitching or whatever. But he was just like making excuses and lying. But yeah. So, should I start? What time it is? It's 8:57. Alright, so this story is all over the place. Because I barely slept Saturday. And I barely slept today. And I wrote my notes yesterday and today. And I've been running on like 3-4 hours of sleep yesterday. And I worked all night. And then I came home. I fell asleep 3-4 hours. And then I had to wake up. And I had to finish these.
I feel like we've been doing our notes like last minute lately.
Yeah.
Like I just barely did my notes and finished my notes today.
And I try to start them at the beginning of the week. I start off strong. And I'm like, hell yeah, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this as soon as I get home. And I just completely forget.
For me, I get that like urge and motivation like halfway into my shift. where it's like 12 to 1 o'clock in the night. But then I get home, I'm like, fuck, I have to like edit.
And then I fell asleep on the dining table again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Alright, so the story's all over the place, but like, if you have any questions, please, I know the story.
Don't ask?
Huh?
Don't ask?
No, ask me. If you have any questions, ask me, because I know the story. This is the story of Monica Beerle, or Beerle? Her last name is Beerle. Beerle?
Okay, yeah.
Alright, you've never heard about her, right?
No.
Okay.
Also, I thought you were going to say like Monica Lewinsky or some shit. I don't know why.
I got most of this information from Evil Intentions on YouTube. They're pretty interesting and everything. So yeah, I got the majority of the info from them.
You see everything that's been going on with Ryan and Shane and The Watcher, right?
A lot of people are upset.
That's like all over my TikTok.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, everyone's so mad.
And then they're like, why are you saying that you're struggling to put food on the table if you drive a fucking Tesla? And I was just like...
No, but everyone's just mad. I don't think they're really mad at like Ryan and Shane. They're more mad at the other guy. Because apparently he's the one that makes like all the financial decisions.
Wow.
And then...
I didn't know that.
Apparently he's also... People were like... they were digging around everywhere to find dirt on him, basically. Like, he's, I think during the 2020 BLM movement, like, he's like, what's wrong with, like, having racist friends? He's like, some of my friends are racist, but, like, we don't really, he's like, but we don't, like, clash with each other. And it's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It's bad, and then everyone's like analyzing the video that they were doing, where like you can see like Ryan and Shane just 100% like uncomfortable with the idea, and I think Shane like even he's like just like share the password, and people are like, yeah, there's already like a community on it, like someone already shared like all their info, so they can just like everyone's just gonna fucking pirate it basically.
Yeah, and then I think they're gonna delete their old videos too, huh?
Are they?
I think that's what they heard too. And then people are like, oh, well, we'll just watch their old videos or whatever. And then I think somebody else said that they were going to delete them.
If they delete it and just repost it on there, that's got to be the most insane thing you could do.
Thing in the world.
Yeah. That's actually fucked up. Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, so this case is kind of rough. I kind of knew it was going to be a little bit rough. But it's really rough. And there's pictures. Not of the case, but of the people, because this wasn't that far back, but it's still kind of far back. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
So, basically, it starts with Monica Beerle. If I pronounce her last name, I am so sorry. She was a 26-year-old dancer from Switzerland, and she was raised in the city of Saint Gallen, and like usually like the population is around like 70,000 to 8,000, and this is during the 60s, and her city was mainly famous for having beautiful like medieval castles and like ski resorts because it's Switzerland. And she had plans of going to New York and fulfilling her dreams to become a dancer. So she received a certificate for teaching choreography from Darlington Hall in Devon. And in 1985, after receiving a scholarship from the Swiss government, she would make her way to New York City. So while at the Big Apple, she attended the Martha Graham School for Contemporary Dance, and she attended 2 to 3 classes a day. And for a bit, she kind of like had like a little like hiccup, I guess, with her schooling career, because she had to go back to Switzerland and tend to her like ailing mom for a hot minute.
Yeah.
But while she was there, she kind of like took advantage, and she did like a tour of like her dancing and shit like that. She went to like 8 different cities, and she ended up touring. Some of them was in Zurich, Lucerne, and Basel.
Basil.
Basil. It looks like basil.
Is it not just basil?
I don't think so. That's how the guy pronounced it.
Let me see the word. Ain't no fucking way.
Basil.
That's basil.
I know, but I don't know if it's pronounced different because it's Swiss. I don't know. They make great cheese.
I don't think that's that.
I don't think so either.
I think Swiss cheese is an American product. That's Jesus Christ. I love going to Mexico. I love Taco Bell. Huge fan.
Let me even start. Okay.
Maybe. I mean, you could double check. Look it up. Is Swiss cheese part of Switzerland? Ain't no fucking way.
Swiss cheese originates in Wells, Switzerland.
Okay, good. Jesus.
Well,
Christ.
baby Swiss is an American creation. It's only aged for about a month, while traditional Swiss cheese is aged for anywhere from 2 months to many years. Okay. Because of that, baby Swiss is creamy, nutty, and great for melting.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm crying. You had me freaking out for a second.
I was about to cancel you right now. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, Taco Bell tastes so good. I wish Mexicans were real. I wish Mexico was real. Or how does that saying go? Well, the thing with like Olive Garden too. Olive Garden was so good.
I wish Italians were real.
I wish Italy was real.
Oh,
all right. So, she was very talented with her dance. And she truly did love, like, dancing with her heart, body, and soul. And to make a living in New York City, she's, like, back in New York, right? Mm-hmm. So to make a living in New York City, she would start dancing at, go-go bars on Times Square. And basically, like, I don't know what a go-go bar is. I saw the definition. I still don't remember.
You didn't write it down?
No, I did not. But I'm assuming it's kind of like dances that are like provocative, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she would basically like work there. And this was at a time when sex work and sex shops on the street were like very normalized. So like it was basically sex everywhere you look. Mm-hmm. And then one of the places that she danced was Billy's Topless, and it was located on 24th Street in New York City's Chelsea neighborhood. And it was a small location. And it basically kind of looked like a bar more than a strip club. And the strip club literally only had like an itty bitty bar and like 20 chairs. Like for like the stage, you know? Mm-hmm. And in the summer of 1989, Monica would find herself down the Lower East Side. And it was a place that she was very familiar with because she would basically buy weed there. And she also lived there at the time. She also started living there, like, when she passed. Spoiler alert, she dies. But, it's just, this thing is just so rough, what I'm about to say. Next. This is where she meets this dude called Daniel Rakowitz.
Okay.
It reminds me of Psychowitz from Victorious.
Yeah.
Well, imagine him. I wonder if he's inspired by him. Knowing fucking Dan Schneider? Who knows? Who fucking knows?
I don't know. He was a cool teacher, though.
He was. The fucking coconut juice. So, okay, so this dude, he's a traveling hippie. And he's a marijuana enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also a part-time drug dealer from Edna, Texas. And he was also the son of a Texas deputy sheriff. And he was struggling a lot, you know, like... And at a young age, he witnessed his mother suffer from a fatal heart attack in a hotel room. And his father would later remarry his aunt, which was basically the sister of his mom.
Ew. Oh.
Well, like, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I get it. It's...
So basically, his mom that had a heart attack.
Yes.
Like, what's it called? Like, the lady that was his aunt was now his stepmom.
It's still kind of gross.
Yeah. So, he was dabbling, like, in drugs here and there. So, because of that. And he would make his way from Texas to Missouri. And then finally, he went to New York City's Lower East Side, where he would earn the nickname Chicken Man.
Okay, that's kind of a cool nickname.
Okay, so, like, I guess a little backstory of, like, East Side is that it's kind of like a pot of, like, everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, like, a big community of, like, a big Asian community, black community, a Jewish community, too, and everything, like, because of everything that happened with the Holocaust. There's, like, a whole flux of, like, Jewish people there. And it's just, like, it's just a whole mixture of everybody basically tossed, like, in the middle, you know? Because obviously you have your respective communities, like Little Italy, like, their own little version of, like, Chinatown and stuff like that. But then, like, this Lower East Side was kind of, like, a zone for everybody, you know? So, going back to Chicken Man, the reason as to why he was named Chicken Man is because he'd walk around with a pet rooster or a dead chicken wrapped around his neck. And at first I started to like this guy. I was like, you know what, this guy's pretty cool. And then I realized in the end, I was like, oh, he's bad.
I mean, he's already a walking red flag.
Yeah.
Like.
So, he did have an actual job, and he was a dishwasher. But he also worked odd jobs, and he couch surfed over the years, and because of his lifestyle, he was pretty homeless and everything. And finally he was able to find some stability, and he found his own place. Mm-hmm. And he began staying at 700 East 9th Street, and it was a few blocks away from like the park that's on the east side, and they call it Tent City. I forgot the name of the park, but they mainly call it Tent City because there's an influx of homeless people there.
Okay.
So so on the front door of the apartment, it was written, this is just so weird, "Welcome to Charlie Gein's Spawn Ranch East." I know, it makes no sense, but that's just how he is, right? And it was a combination of the names Ed Gein and Charles Manson. Yeah.
Those are some of the... Okay, interesting.
Dude, and that's why this thing just stresses me out, because of how, like, this dude needs to get on medication for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to take his meds. So, so Monica and Chicken Man, they eventually, like, ended up meeting somehow. And, they decided to share a joint. And they were discussing how it was like living in the city. So Monica mentioned that she was looking for a bigger place. And then Daniel was all like, hey, move into the apartment that I'm at. You know? And she's all like, fuck it, why not? And she had the funds for it. So it gave her a chance to have like a better space, right? So when she accepted, they celebrated and they smoked a little bit more. So he really wasn't paying his rent.
Okay.
So she took the initiative and said, hey, I'm going to be on the lease. And she paid off all of the back rent, basically. So I guess, like, he was getting scared a lot regarding that because he was afraid that he was going to be homeless again. But now she basically, like, the savior came in, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And saved him from becoming homeless again. So this is what I'm assuming he started falling in love with her. And
he just loves the idea of someone taking care of him.
Somebody being there, but mainly it's just his whole housing situation, in a way. But he's kind of like convinced that she has feelings for him, but he's developing feelings for her now. So I'm just gonna put that to the side, and this is the cool stuff that he did that at first I thought, oh my gosh, he's a cool guy. So when he had enough money, he would visit a slaughterhouse and he would buy chickens. Sometimes he would buy 20 at a time and he would slaughter them and he would cook them into soup. And then he would take the soup or whatever food he made and he would pass it to the homeless men, women, and children at Tent City. So he was always feeding them.
Okay.
And if he couldn't earn money, he would go to the nearby supermarket and ask for change and use that to buy ingredients for food.
Okay, so far, he's got rough patches.
Yeah.
But he's doing a good deed right now.
Yeah. So he did sympathize a lot with the homeless community since he used to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the people of Tent City, they really appreciated like his kindness. And in the first week of August 1989, Monica would begin moving in. And there's this person that I'm going to mention. Her name is Sylvia, right? So everything that I'm going to tell you is basically the stuff that she has said.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl, Sylvia, she was friends. I guess this apartment is so huge that there was multiple people living inside. But I'm assuming they were always in and out, in a way.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. It's just weird. I couldn't find any more information about this. But apparently she used to live there, and she doesn't really live there anymore. But she would always go back to visit because her and Daniel were friends, right? So she kind of thought that it was a little bit strange the way that he was acting because he had cleaned up the home in tip-top shape so that she can be as comfortable as possible when arriving. So homie was whipped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, she basically, she kind of found it a little bit surprising. And when she was living there at the time, she was, knocking on the door to get into the apartment. And Daniel was taking forever to answer. And then finally he answered. And he was adjusting his zipper on his pants. And he said he was a little bit busy, but he introduced Sylvia to Monica and explained that she was going to move in and take over the lease. So she's kind of like, okay, I see what's going on.
Yeah.
So the next day, Sylvia asked Monica about her and Daniel's relationship, since everything was moving fast, and Daniel wasn't the type to have women like that, in the home. And it didn't really say much of what she said, but they did end up having a brief sexual relationship that lasted a few weeks, and during that time, Sylvia would tell Daniel that Monica's affection for him was only her desire to grab the apartment from under him, since the rental was now under her name. So Daniel was in denial that he was being used and responded defensively, and he was saying, quote, "No, but she cares about me and she wants to live with me and she wants to be my roommate." And Sylvia responded with, quote, this is kind of long. "Daniel, she wants the apartment. She's going to take the apartment right from under you. She's going to have the lease in her name, and once it's in her name, she's going to throw you out, and I ain't going to be here anymore, and there's nothing I can say when the lease is changed over. So if she throws you out, you're out and you're homeless again." So, Daniel basically, like, how do I say it? Like, yet again, he was basically like, no, he loves Monica, and basically nothing that she could do is gonna change his mind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, while he was falling in love, she obviously did not feel the same way. And she broke off the sexual part of the relationship and almost immediately began inviting other men into the apartment.
Shit.
And one time she invited a Jamaican man to spend the night with her, and Daniel would later tell Sylvia that she had a black man over there. And then at first, you know, like, oh, you know, like, it's whatever, no biggie. But Daniel was extremely racist and homophobic.
Oh my fucking god.
Who would have thought? Which is odd because in all the photos that you see him in, he's literally with people from every color. He's feeding homeless people that are like black and that are like Hispanic and that are like Asian, you know what I mean? But he still believed that he was superior than them. He wouldn't see them as his equal.
Well, maybe that's why he kept feeding them.
Maybe. Who
because
knows?
It's like a... In a weird way, it's almost like a power play.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Or it's like, they look up to me. It's like, give them this food.
Yeah.
Kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, Daniel's batshit crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, he decided, how do I say this? He decided to start a cult. He started a cult, guys. And, he believed it was his own religion. And he named it the Church of 966.
966?
Because I believe that's the number of the apartment that he was at. But, supposedly he did have a few disciples, in a way. Because at first it kind of just seemed like, oh my gosh, he was crazy by himself. But I was reading the comments in the video, and then somebody's all like, I knew him personally. And it wasn't just him. There was a good, you know, like 3 to 4 people that were like just as crazy as him. And that they all fed into each other's delusions, basically. But who knows? So he literally started thinking that he was God. And he would talk about animal sacrifice. And it believed that it would believe that sometime before he even decapitated a dog that he owned.
What? What the fuck? Oh no.
Yeah. He would talk about being placed in psychiatric wards at a young age and being forced to take Ritalin from the age of 9 to 11. And according to him, he was bullied by other kids and he would get beaten and spat on. And when he would defend himself, he would get beaten way worse by his own father. And as the days went on, Daniel started becoming very strange, which low-key freaked out Monica because she barely knew the dude, you know?
Uh-huh.
And her friends urged her to get him out of the home since he was always saying something that they couldn't understand. He was like those types of people that like mutter.
Mm-hmm.
And he would constantly rant about the government. And being God didn't sit well with others. And having the Church of 966 written on the wall in chicken's blood definitely didn't ease people's minds. So, he tried so hard and, like, begged Monica to get, like, back in her good graces. And she basically was kind of, like, already, like, made up that she was eventually going to start kicking him out.
Uh-huh.
So, he needed to go, and he low-key began to understand the seriousness of the situation. And, basically that was one of his worst fears, was being homeless again. And, another thing is that all his good deeds would be forgotten. So I feel like he maybe wasn't doing it for the bottom of his heart. He was just basically doing it because he believed he was God.
Maybe, yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Kind of feeling a sense of power, I guess?
Yeah. And he also was going to miss watching the TV at night. Because it's because he was homeless. So ever since he found his own place, he got a TV and he would watch that shit, you know? And he fucking loved his TV. So I get it, you know? But yeah, so basically he can't watch TV anymore, so he's upset. So, in his mind, he was all like, okay, I have to kill her. And then, in his mind, it was all like, no, I can't kill her because I love her. You know? So, he would kind of say this shit out loud that he was going to kill her, right? Yeah. And the others that lived in the apartment, they didn't take his plan seriously because he was always saying crazy shit, dude.
So they just thought he was joking the entire time.
Not that he was joking, but just that he was, like, off his rockers. So, one person who lived in the house said, he has said so much in the past that it just seemed like another crazy thing he would say. So, on August 12th, 1989, Sylvia told Monica what Daniel has been saying, right? And Sylvia's fucking annoying. She's right here playing telephone and everything. Dude, isn't that right that she's annoying? She's all like, oh my god, Daniel, she's gonna steal your apartment. OMG, Monica, Daniel said he's gonna kill you because you're gonna steal his apartment.
She's kind of, like, adding fuel to the fire.
Yes! Yeah. Don't be a fucking Sylvia, y'all. But anyways, so she decided to go to Monica, and she tells her what Daniel has been saying.
Yeah.
So Monica ended up laughing, and she walked up to Daniel in front of Sylvia and simply said, "I'll kill you first."
No, she didn't.
She did.
Alright, you're kind of right. This is a little bit all over the place.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's like I know the case. Because you see that I'm looking at you as I'm saying it.
Yeah, like you already have it fucking memorized at this point.
Yeah. About a week later, Daniel had began walking Sylvia to a nearby trail, at Tent City, because it was still like a park, you know? And he explained that he couldn't take Monica anymore. And he told her that he was going to kill her the next day, and he wanted Sylvia to come and help him dispose of the body. Sylvia obviously was all like, fuck no. And she told him that he was crazy for thinking that she would even help him. Not crazy that he would kill somebody, but whatever.
He's already crazy to begin with, yeah.
So, this is what... Okay, don't be a fucking Sylvia, you guys. I swear to fucking God.
What does she do now?
She paid it no mind. And she went about her business, and she didn't return to the city until that Saturday. I couldn't find out how long she was gone. I'm assuming it's more than 10 days. Because of the way that they were talking about, like, 10 days is a low-key significant. But anyways, when she returned to the Lower East Side or whatever, she looked up at the window of Monica's apartment, and the lights were off. And she's like, okay, that's weird because somebody's always home. So, she wanted to be a chismosa. So, she goes up there. And she kind of had, like, a weird gut feeling. Like, something was weird in her gut. So, she goes upstairs. And she could hear Daniel's TV on full blast. And when she entered the apartment, she saw his TV on the kitchen counter. And the area was, like, dimly lit. As she could tell from outside. And the only thing that was lit up was a little bit. Basically, because of the TV. You know how it can, like, light it up a bit. Mm-hmm. But before even going to the kitchen or going anywhere, she decided to check on her old room to make sure that her old stuff was there. And I don't know why. And then she looked and she noticed that Monica's door was closed. So she tries knocking on her door and Monica's not answering. So she was all like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe she's gone, has her classes or whatever. So she returned to the kitchen. And when she entered, like, she actually entered the kitchen, not seeing it from a distance, like, when she first walked in. And she noticed a big pot on the stove, and inside the pot was the head of Monica.
Oh, fuck.
The head was burnt, and her eyes were shut. And Sylvia was obviously shocked by the finding, and for some reason made her way to the bathroom. And she stood right outside of it, and she looked, seeing Monica's ribcage in the tub.
Oh my fucking God. Holy shit.
Fuck, I should have put a trigger warning. My bad, you guys.
I'll just, like, added in post.
Yeah, I am so
Jesus
fucking sorry.
Fucking Christ.
Because you know how I always say trigger warnings in the beginning of the story?
Yeah.
I just completely forgot because
you just
of
went all in. You went in
because,
fucking raw, dude.
Oh god. It gets worse.
Oh my god.
With all the skin and flesh torn from the bones surrounding the upper torso where Monica's guts were submerged in her own blood. Sylvia immediately left the apartment and ran to a nearby phone booth on Avenue A, and she dialed Daniel's beeper.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not fucking kidding you guys.
What the
He returned her call, and she asked Daniel, quote, "You did it?" In which he responded with, "You saw it, Sylvia? I'm sorry you had to see it, but I had to do it." End quote.
Wow.
The two ended up meeting back at the little fucking tent city park. I keep forgetting the park name, right? First of all, why the
What's
fuck?
up with her?
If your friend killed somebody, why would you meet them at night in a park? Anyways, so they go. They meet up, right?
Yeah.
And he continued to apologize for what she saw, and he basically is explaining to her what had happened. So he explained that he wasn't alone when he committed the murder, and that he was with a friend from a satanic church from the Brooklyn section of New York. Which is true. Somebody was arrested later on after the fact.
Okay.
But I'll tell you more about that after.
Okay. But it's I still can't believe that somebody just chose to be like, you killed her? Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
You did it?
Yeah. It's
oh
like,
my God.
I think the equivalent to that now is like, if it's the same shit of like Nicole did to me basically, where it's like you could tell her that I was fucking killed,
And
like,
she thought, like, okay,
my gut open, she would order fucking Five Guys on
Yeah.
on her phone and be like, oh, that's a shame.
Put a Band-Aid on it.
Basically, yeah.
So Monica had told Daniel that he needed to leave the apartment by the next day, and if he refused to leave, her friend with the pit bull would be arriving to help her force him out. So basically, she turned around and she went to go back to her room, so she had her back towards him. And Daniel's friend asked, "What, you haven't killed her yet?" Because, like I told you, Daniel was basically saying this shit that he was going to kill Monica to anybody and everybody that would listen, basically.
Yeah.
He's a yapper. So, because of that, Monica got pissed, so she turned around and she began to yell at the friend, right? And finally, after they had their little screaming match, she turned around again. She was walking away back to her room when Daniel grabbed an extension cord and wrapped it around her neck. So basically, he like pulled her towards him, and then he grabbed her by the throat with his bare hands, and he began to strangle her until she fell limp. So she tried her best to fight back, and she had like scratched him, but obviously she was not successful in getting away. And he had choked her to death. And after that, he had stomped on her head 10 times and then stabbed her more than 30 times. He decapitated her and cut off her limbs and left her remains in the blood-soaked tub while he figured out what to do next. Daniel then used a solid steel pole to break her bones, followed by a 13-inch carving knife to cut up her body into small pieces. He then began flushing her remains down the toilet and saved some in the fridge, and he would then eat parts of her body over the next 10 days. That's what he would say. It's not confirmed or denied if he actually ate her.
I feel like he's already crazy, and going the lengths of how he killed her, I feel like eating her is not too far-fetched.
Yeah. And then after that, her remains began to badly decompose since it was late summer. This prompted Daniel to begin moving. He began removing the rest of the skin and flesh from her body, and he began bleaching her bones and her skull to get rid of the smells. And rumors began to circulate because, like I told you, he kept saying, "I killed her, guys. I finally killed her," in a way. and nobody believed him because he's fucking batshit crazy, rumors began to circulate that Daniel boiled Monica's head and flesh and made her remains into a soup that he would pass out to the homeless people at the Tompkins Square Park. There we go. That's the name of the park. Tompkins. Square Park. Tompkins Square Park.
Regardless, he was feeding homeless people.
Yeah.
Of an actual person.
Supposedly, it was rumored, right?
I don't know.
So he told Sylvia, who hadn't said anything because at this time they're still at the park, right? And he's telling Sylvia all of this shit. And Sylvia didn't say anything out of pure fear, and he would be cleaning up the scene so that she can return one day for a visit, right? So she did. She dropped by. And Monica's skull was still in the apartment. But this time, it was like a regular, like, anatomical skull. Not like her actual... not like her head or anything. Like, she was gone. It's just a skull.
No flesh, no muscle, nothing. Just an actual skull.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, whenever he would remember Monica, he would get angry and he would spit on her skull. And say, quote, "Well, hey, bitch, at least you have a home." He also said she looked more beautiful now than she ever did.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an actual word to describe him at all.
After cleaning the apartment for hours and leaving it free of any evidence, Daniel took a bucket containing her skull, bones, and kitty litter to absorb any more smell, which is actually kind of smart. Because I've never heard about that before.
She let him clean out the evidence. Holy shit!
And it was transported to the baggage check facility at the Port Authority terminal, and he placed it in a storage locker where no one would find it. A month later, obviously she's been missing, so authorities were looking for her disappearance because she's gone.
Uh-huh.
And she had stopped appearing for classes, and she wasn't returning any calls back home, which was unusual behavior. And on top of that, Daniel would not shut the fuck up about her murder and the dismemberment to anybody who would listen. Everybody and their mama knew. So
he just kept... Not only was he...
And nobody said anything! Because they just thought he was fucking crazy! So, information quickly spread, and they realized that it wasn't a rumor and that he actually murdered Monica. Even the claims that were exaggerated about her being turned into soup and given to the homeless were confirmed.
Yep. Kind of called it, yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, you can't really confirm it because, like, there's no technical, like, DNA evidence.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like...
But there was a man who lived in Tent City, and he testified that when he was eating the soup, he found a knuckle floating amongst the vegetables.
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
Daniel also claimed to have tasted her brain, thinking it tasted pretty good. And he had told numerous people that he had eaten her remains more than once. And, but then he started, like, recanting his claims later on. So we don't know if he actually ate her or not. Daniel told anyone and everyone about the murder before and after he committed it. And on Monday, September 18th, detectives visited the home and found Sylvia there. They told her that they knew what happened from a neighbor and from another member of the household, a man named Sean. But this was a lie, and they used this tactic for her to spill the beans, and she told them everything.
I was gonna say, like the neighbor told first. Then fucking Sylvia. I was gonna say, good for them.
Daniel was arrested and confessed to the murder. And on February, in 1991, Daniel was found not guilty by reason of insanity. And he was moved to a state hospital for the criminally insane, where he still resides till this day.
He is crazy. That is for sure.
I think he's like 68. I think he's close to his 70s now. And he's still in the hospital. And that satanic friend earlier, his name is Randy Easterday.
Easterday?
Yeah, Easterday, I believe. Or Easter... I think I spelled it wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Easterday. And he was arrested for taking part of the murder but he was released shortly after since the district attorney didn't have enough evidence to hold him. And that is the story of Monica Beerle.
That's rough.
Yeah. Would you like to see a picture of Monica?
Yeah, sure.
I just...
Jesus.
I don't know what to say, honestly.
That is... I think... It's crazy to think that there are some people that I guess we could always listen to, and we'll think, oh, he's spewing all this bullshit and nonsense and claim that he's crazy. But
he looks fucking crazy too.
People are capable of evil things.
This is a picture of her. She's pretty. Let me show you a picture of this motherfucker. He looks fucking crazy.
Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. You know, he looks like a YouTuber, actually.
I'm gonna say he looks like Jesus.
I guess that would explain the religion complex. Bless you.
Thank you.
He looks like a fucking YouTuber, too. Which is actually kind of upsetting.
But look at this. Photos of him with black people handing out food.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure it was like a fix for him. Like a power thing for him. Especially...
Look at the fucking rooster.
That's so weird. Like, especially if he's feeding them Monica, it might have given him a bit of, like, power and pleasure at the same time.
There's just a shit ton of pictures of him with random people.
I don't think that's where I thought that story would go.
Yeah. As soon as I finish reading it, I just think of that one scene, like, that's rough, buddy.
It's
rough, man. It's like, wolf, man. That's it. I feel like I need to take a nap after that.
I just need to, like, sit down and process that, actually. Holy shit. Alright, I'll slip in, like a, I guess, a joke here, then. You know how... I didn't add it in... What?
I don't know, I'm just curious to see what you're gonna say.
You know how... I didn't add it into the official episode, but last episode, when you were in the restroom, I did that, like, little, like, rant about Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. I was gonna add it in, but I'm like, nah, that's too weird. But Nicole's like, I need to look for my deck. Like, it's somewhere in the house. And then I told her, like, let me fight you. Like, I want to fight her. And she's like, okay, as soon as I find it. And the duel this, they're both fucking lost. And then I'm like, does, like, your brother have a deck? She's like, yeah. I'm like, great, let me fight both of you. I have my deck right fucking there. I want to fight them so fucking bad, you have no idea.
Bro.
I'm ready to go. I'll show up to their house right now, just, like, standing outside with the fucking deck.
No challenger.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh! But I also hate it at the same time. All the new shit that... Ugh.
I don't know, I'm not in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community.
It's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so, when I was making the notes, I had originally started one page, right? But then I stopped, and I thought, maybe I'll save this for later. Make it a two-parter.
Yeah.
Maybe even sprinkle in, like a story for the Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
So almost like a three-parter, basically.
Oh, wait. May I interrupt you?
Mm-hmm.
Before I did the story, there was a story I was really invested in, right? And I was like, fuck yeah. This is creepy. I want to do it, right? Moral of the story, a whole family's killed, right? it's haunted. And I was just like, huh.
The house?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, huh, I guess I have to wait till next week. But before that, I was actually going to do a history lesson with y'all. Because I fucking love Vincent van Gogh. I wanted to talk about his story, whether he had committed suicide or whether he was murdered. And and it's a conspiracy, whether he killed himself or he was murdered, which is weird because he got shot in the chest, but at the same time, he had a history of mental illness. And then after that, he had gone to like the place he was staying at, and then he died.
It kind of reminded me. But you did freak me out about the cosplayer friend of yours earlier in the week.
Oh my god.
Like, it freaked me out because what it reminded me of was how Marky used to act. Like, he used to do the same shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, he would post like him driving to like a location, and then he would post like, "This is it, like I'm done," and then I would like call him. I would call everybody that I could to find his location. Like the next day, he was back in his home, fucking just like natural.
Yeah. After that happened, I got really pissed off. I was really, really angry after that whole ordeal. Because in the end, she's okay. That's all that matters, you know?
Yes, but she needs help.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
She's batshit crazy. She needs fucking help. But, okay, so for the people that don't know, I have a mutual, right?
Yeah.
And basically they have borderline personality disorder, and they wanted to kill themselves, and they went through a breakup. So she went through a breakup with her boyfriend or whatever. So that's one of the stressors that caused her to want to kill herself. So shit was happening, and then I was low-key updating Michael and like the homies about what was going on. And it's so, dude, I barely know, guys, I barely know this girl, dude. I barely know her. I've only met her in person twice. She's mainly like an online friend and everything, and I'm freaking the fuck out, you know? And I'm like, if I'm freaking out, what about other people that are closer to her are freaking out, you know? But anyways, what happened. The next day, she was found by cops, I guess. The only person she would tell her location to was her ex-boyfriend, right? She wanted him to watch her hurt herself. And she's in the hospital, she calls him and everything, and then like, they're good now, I guess. They're not together, but she's gonna work on herself, she's gonna get help. But she fucking did all this for attention. And it's true. It really is true. It's sad, but it's fucking true. And she did it for attention. And I called everybody. I called 911, Santa Monica, LAPD. None of them could fucking help me at all. And I'm crying at like 2, 3 in the morning for this girl I barely know, dude. And I was so stressed out. And then, the next day, I saw that she had saw my message, so I was like, holy shit, she's alive. Huzzah. So then that's when I texted her ex, and I was like, dude, she's alive. And then he calls me, and then he tells me, he's like, oh yeah, I know, I called her and everything. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm right here stressing out. But she just saw my message, not a thank you, fuck you, yo mama, nothing. She like... So that's how you know that she's trying to do it for attention. Because I basically did everything. Her ex basically did nothing because he already knows that she has a history of this, even though they were together for 2 weeks. So he fucking blocked her, dude.
When you had told me that part too, like I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, this must be like one hell of a relationship, like a long relationship for her to go like that. I'm like, damn. But then you said 2 weeks. I was like, 2 weeks. I was like, yeah, that's not healthy.
No, it's not. And then while this is going on, my poor boyfriend, he has to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get to work. It's like 2 in the morning and he's right here fucking helping me. He's like looking at that first video that she sent because she recorded her while she was driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his best friend lives in LA, so he's asking his friend like, hey, do you know where this is at? Do you know if there's like any hiding places here where somebody might hide? You know, stuff like that. And then not only is my boyfriend helping me, but my boyfriend's best friend, who I don't even know, and they're both helping me, and they're both trying to find the location, and they're looking on maps and everything while I'm right here on the phone with police. And and my boyfriend, he was so fucking tired. He had to go to work at 4:30 in the morning, and it was just so bad. I just felt horrible. But yeah. And I told that to my mom, and she's like, you should block her. And then I was just like, you're not wrong.
At this point, yeah. Cause
yeah. But I mean, I don't talk to her anyway, so it's like...
No, but she made you go through all of that for the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not okay.
Yeah. And I wonder how many other people were freaking out, too. Because I know I probably am not the only one. But I don't know. So, yeah. Take your meds, y'all. Don't be like Kanye. Don't be like Daniel.
Don't be like Sylvia.
Yeah, don't be a fucking Sylvia. If I find out you're a Sylvia, I'm gonna kick you. Dude, you don't know how bad I wanted to fucking beat the shit out of Sylvia as I'm reading this, dude. I was like, just leave me alone with her. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, dude. I swear to God. I just still don't know how to feel after that whole fucking story, too.
Mm.
Like, after I read that, I was just like, I need a drink. I was like, I don't know.
And that's why we drink.
And that's why we drink, guys. Hi, I'm M.
I'm the fucking lemon that they have in the jar somewhere. I have not
listened to an episode
in a long time.
Me neither, dude. It's been months.
I just completely stopped.
Yeah, I need to go back and listen to them.
I only want to go back to the ones I've listened to, because there's some cases where I was really intrigued,
mm-hmm.
and I want to do my own research on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to do that,
yeah. And I noticed too, when I would listen, if it was a case that they covered already, I'm like, oh, they forgot a thing or two that I knew of,
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you're not always gonna get
not everything.
all of the answers,
Well, not just that. Because they did it in 2019, and if we're researching it now, some things already have been discovered, or any updates. So if we do it now, we add on to the story. All right, so this is probably gonna turn into a 3-parter. I won't lie to you.
How exciting!
But that third part will be when it's my turn to do paranormal again. So it'll be a while. But we're gonna just slowly dip into it with the... Oh, you know what? Let me look up how to pronounce this shit real quick.
Wow.
It's because I was knees deep in the research, and I was just is it Murray? But then every time I kept I kept doing this shit, I just couldn't fucking...
I still can't get over how much Sylvia pissed me off.
Yeah, we don't like her.
Huh?
So we don't like her?
No, we don't. And then I was reading those comments on YouTube too, and then somebody's all he would call himself the Wizard.
The Wizard?
The Wizard.
Hmm. Well, are you gonna give me the fucking... It can't be the actual person who says that. Ain't no fucking... Maury? Really? Where's the fucking O in that shit? Or whatever.
How do you spell it?
Maury, but it's pronounced Maury.
Yeah, Maury.
I fucking hate the French.
Maury.
No, he's saying Maury.
Maury. Yeah. It's the name. Maury.
I hate words. All right. Anyway.
You can't English today.
I really can't. So the Maury Islands hoax.
Oh.
Yeah. This is my first. This is my first and the second time we've talked about it. UFOs. Yeah.
No, the third time.
Third time.
Kind of. MH370, I kind of briefly mentioned UFOs, but not really.
No, but that was like a theory.
True.
That was a theory. You had a whole episode.
Yeah.
Like with an actual UFO topic, and
with
then after that,
an alien with platinum blonde hair that you're attracted to, big ass cat eyes, and red pubic hair.
I forgot this. Oh my god! You know the funny thing is that as I was writing this down, I was like, Ray didn't cover this, right? And I was like, no, they talked about some dude fucking an alien. That's how I made sure that this wasn't it. So, on June 24th, I'm going to be like jumping back a little bit like here and there from times. So on June 24th of 1947, a pilot named Kenneth Arnold reported that he saw what he claimed was an unidentified flying object that was speeding past Mount Rainier. Arnold could only guess that the craft was reaching minimum of 1,200 miles per hour or 1,932 kilometers an hour if you're the folks who don't use the American system. When Arnold told his account, it gained so much coverage that it led to the press to quickly coin the name Flying Saucer and Flying Disc due to Arnold's description of the UFO he encountered that day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's where it comes from right there. From one dude. 10 days later, Arnold's co-pilot and a stewardess reported seeing a UFO heading into the Pacific Northwest. After his main account was published, Arnold was contacted by an editor by the name of Raymond A. Palmer, who told Arnold of a man and his crew who had collected fragments of a flying saucer. Palmer wired $200 for Arnold to go to Tacoma to investigate the UFO sighting and to see the pieces that they had gathered. On June 21st, so now we're going back a couple days here. June 21st of 1947, Arnold Dahl, his 15-year-old, and their dog were on the shores of Maury Island in Washington. In the interview, Harold told Arnold in the quote, "In the afternoon, about 2 o'clock, I was patrolling the east bay of Maury Island. I, as a captain, was steering my patrol boat close to the shore of the bay of Maury Island. On board were 2 crewmen, my 15-year-old son, and his dog. As I looked up from the wheel of my boat, I noticed 6 very large donut-shaped aircrafts," unquote. Harold even claims that the aircrafts began to throw something out. Quote, "It began spewing forth what seemed like thousands of newspapers from somewhere on the inside of its center. These newspapers, which turned out to be a white type of very lightweight metal, fluttered to earth," unquote. He claimed that it resembled a lava rock as it fell to their boat, hitting and breaking his son's arm. The debris even killed their dog.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. But the dog was just in the crossfire. Harold claims that this was later... Oh, so this is where the first part of the 3-parter is going to come in, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is a little part right here. Harold also claims that he was later approached by a man in a dark suit who took him to a local diner. Once they sat down, the man in the black suit began to recount in such great detail about the event that Harold had just experienced. He told Harold, quote, "What I have said is proof to you that I know a great deal more about the experience of yours than you will ever want to believe," unquote. The man in black also told Harold to keep quiet about the whole ordeal, and if he spoke up, quote, "bad things would happen," unquote, to him.
Damn.
After this, Harold and his supervisor, who helped gather the medals, both claimed that their story was a hoax. So basically, they just retracted their statements. But by then, it was already too late. Arnold would call in Lieutenant Frank Brown of Military Intelligence with a Captain William L. Davidson tagged along to conduct interviews towards Arnold about his accounts with Harold and the metal scraps that he had collected. Once the interviews were done, they gathered the samples from Arnold and they were to return to 4th Air Force Hamilton Field of California to further the research on the metal. In the early hours of August 1st, the two officers died when the plane that they were piloting, which was a B-25 Mitchell bomber plane, crashed just outside of Kelso, Washington. From what I can find, no mysterious metals were ever recovered from the wreckage. After all of this, the FBI finally stepped in and claimed the entire story to be a hoax, just for Murray. Damn. I'm thinking about the fucking Joker. Maury to gain attraction to be a vacation spot. The FBI even tried pinning the deaths of both of the military men on Harold, but couldn't once they retracted their stories and claimed it to be a hoax. I'm literally about to be finished too.
Damn.
It was really short. It's because this is... Oh, you don't actually... Let me finish it and then I'll fill it in. Mm-hmm. So the story not only coined the name of the flying saucers, but sparked something else that would gain attraction from conspiracy theorists everywhere. Just who was the mysterious man in the black suit? And what was his deal in keeping the information of the events under wraps?
Damn.
Throughout the years, many chilling stories of the Men in Black were wrote into a book titled "They Knew Too Much About the Flying Saucers" by Gray Barker. What the fuck?
You good, bro?
I am not good.
You cannot fucking.
I'm gonna just say that part real quick. By Gray Barker, which supposedly contains true stories to researchers when they pursued stories of not only UFOs, but even about the Men in Black themselves. So my whole thing for the next 2 episodes basically is going to be about the Men in Black. So this is what people claim the first accounted story of the Men in Black. Mm-hmm. It's they say that this is where they basically appeared. And as for the next episode, I'm going to try to find some people's encounters and just kind of tell you that. Mm-hmm. But when I do the actual episode on Men in Black, there's a lot of accounts to it. Even some celebrities.
Yeah.
That have actually encountered them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I'm actually looking really forward to this because I love the idea of Men in Black, but then I also hate it.
Will Smith.
That's actually the issue. Why I fucking hate it. Because what I think... I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who thought of this already. But by the mid-90s, conspiracy theorists were already going crazy about alien sightings, crop circles, and the Men in Black, right? So I'm guessing, and I'm pretty sure everyone else has already guessed it because I'm already late to the party, that they made the movie The Men in Black so people would stop looking up the term Men in Black. So if you were to just now Google...
So when you try searching it up, the only thing that
pops up is the fucking movies. Yeah, exactly. I had to be so fucking specific of what I was typing.
Oh, wow.
Because it sucked. It really sucked. Because when I put description of Men in Black, it would just give me fucking Will Smith. It would just tell me the breakdown of the movies.
You know they're at the Wax Museum?
Are they?
Will Smith and the other dude from the movie.
Oh, fucking...
Then I have a picture.
Tommy Lee Jones. That's who it was. Tommy Lee Jones.
There we go.
Yeah. I fucking love Tommy Lee Jones. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of... Maybe that's why, but maybe it's because it was such a popularity height that they just had to make a movie about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh crap, I had scrolled too much. Where are the wax figures?
And then people are saying now, as I was trying to find a Redditor story,
mm-hmm.
and someone was saying what happened to stories of Men in Black now? Because clearly it's covered by all the movies now,
mm-hmm.
and people are do you think they just adapted with the times and stopped wearing a black suit? Because now that kind of stands out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like maybe they just wear something different.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
Yeah.
So. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm tired.
I can see that. You are like juicing off on me here.
I know.
Yeah.
And I have to work right now too.
If there's anything like you want to take before you
I
leave.
think I'm fine. I have to go to the gas station. I have to put in gas in my dumbass.
I have like a fucking...
And it's so late.
Like a can of Monster right here.
No, I can just buy one when I'm over there at the gas station.
Why not just get a free one right here?
I know, but it's yours.
Just take it. My whole room is surrounded by caffeine.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it, thank you.
Alright, that's gonna cover for episode 25.
A quarter!
We hit a quarter episodes. How do you feel?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I'm just happy. I'm happy, like, I'm just really happy about it. Because I love doing this.
That's nice.
It's fun.
It's interesting.
It's fun. And, like, it's just, I don't know. It gives me an excuse to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of the things is just so interesting.
It gives us an excuse to have more stress about deadlines.
True.
Especially now.
Yeah. This is also like therapy. I always look forward to coming on Sundays.
Yeah, you let out a lot of stuff. Even like before we start recording, like you let out like a therapy session.
It's because you're my therapist.
But thanks everybody for making it with us to 25 episodes.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah, hopefully we can get to 50 to 75 and maybe even 100 because that's far as shit.
100. Are you good?
I didn't think I'd hear that from you. I didn't think I would hear 100 that way from you.
No, it's because when I was in the cult, right, there was this Christian rapper dude, and his name was Galaxy 100.
That doesn't sound very Christian.
Wait, was he even Christian? I don't even know.
That doesn't sound very Christian.
Either that or... I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but it's either that or we would perform at Samash on Wednesdays for open mic night, and we would get gift cards. And there was a person in Galaxy 100.
Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Probably. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Okay, well.
100.
Here's to 100. We're gonna make it. Trust in the process. Okay. There's no way I can actually officially end it like that. No, that's it. I'm done. Bye, everybody.
Alright, deuces. Toodles.